Freshmen have a lot to adjust to during their first few months of college. VCU women's soccer freshman Sarah Gibson has a bit of an advantage. Growing up with two parents in the Air Force, change and new surroundings were the way of life. She's lived in 7 states, played on 5 club teams, and 2 high school teams.
On average, it's probably about every 3 years. We spent 4 years in Ohio and then only 1 year in Alabama. But usually it was 2 to 3 years and we'd move again.
This lifestyle can be tough on a child, but Sarah always had her family.
I hear people talking about, oh, this person's been my best friend since first grade, since kindergarten, and I've never had that experience. It's always been my siblings who have been with me, or my family in general.
Sarah's parents, Jane and Jeff, met as cadets at the Air Force Academy and bounced around the U.S. while raising 4 children.
My career field is space and missile operations, or it was. It has since divided, and now it is space operations.
Sarah has memories of her mom's place of employment being underground.
I remember always asking my mom questions about why she worked in a mountain.
At the time, I was in the Space Control Center, and we were responsible for tracking all man-made objects up in Earth's orbit. At the time, there was only about 8,000 things that we kept track of every day, some of them of higher interest than others, the International Space Station being one of those objects.
Jane is now an Inspector General, 4 months from retirement. Her husband Jeff was a contracting officer who retired last year after 2 tours of duty overseas.
Yeah, it was tough. I don't remember the first time he was deployed, but the second time I remember we skipped school to kind of send him off. So it was nice to have that time with him, but it was also, you dreaded that day that we kind of knew he was going to be gone for a while, and he was gone over the holidays that year, so that was really tough.
It was tough. The kids were busy with sports and activities, and we just had a spreadsheet that told us where to go and when to be there, and slept at night.
Watching my mom juggle 4 kids at the time, like looking back, you're like, oh, wow, you did a lot.
Sarah had to do a lot of adapting to new teammates and coaches as her family moved around the country.
When I started playing club and when I really started playing competitively, that became kind of annoying to develop with these other players and figure out how that coach likes to play and how those other players are playing and how you fit into their system. And then moving new, you kind of have to find your place again.
But she turned it into a positive.
There's so many different styles of coaching and so many different ways of approaching the game and playing the game that I kind of, every time I moved, I got a new viewpoint of the game or a new something added to my game. So one coach could have taught me a bunch of technical stuff, and then I move and the next coach doesn't focus on the technical aspect of the game but focuses on tactical aspects.
That varied experience helped her make an immediate impact at VCU.
We're fortunate to have Sarah. She's been somebody who's not been a surprise because we knew she was a good player, but to come on as a freshman and get the kind of time that she's been getting for us has been excellent. She works so hard, she's incredibly fit, and she's very coachable. You tell her to do something and she's gonna figure out a way to make that happen.
She set a goal for herself to play Division I soccer, and it has been absolutely awesome to watch her attain that level of skill and recognition and to see her take the pitch and see that dream realized.
Growing up in a military family has prepared Sarah to balance her biomedical engineering degree with playing soccer.
I love VCU. It's definitely been an adjustment, just like balancing your free time and how much you want to spend with friends and getting all your schoolwork done. And of course the soccer, it's so much fun to just be able to play every day and have basically 30 best friends instantly.